Glimpses of India, Part 3, Tea from Assam by Arup Kumar Datta. This is the last part of the lesson where, say, glimpses of India are given from different regions of India. So, let's go ahead with the last part, Tea from Assam. Pranjul, a youngster from Assam, is Rajveer's classmate at school in Delhi. Pranjul's father is the manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam, and Pranjul has invited Rajveer to visit his home during the summer vacation. This is the background of the story. Now the conversation starts. Chai garam, a vendor called out in a high pitched voice. He came up to their window and asked, Chai Saab, give us 2 cups, Pranjul said. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment were drinking tea too. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Rajveer said. View, exclaimed Pranjul. Tea really is very popular. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjul buried his nose in his detective book again. Rajveer too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. It was green everywhere. Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. It was a magnificent view. Against the backdrop of densely wooded hills, a sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. Against the backdrop of the densely wooded hills, on the backside, in the background, say densely wooded hills means where the forest is there, such kind of hills were there. In front of there, wherever your eyes could reach, say, there were tea bushes. Dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall, sturdy shade trees. So, this tea plants looked dwarfed, means short, against the sturdy, means strong, shade trees. And amidst the orderly rows of bushes, busily moved doll like figures. And in these rows of bushes of tea, some small people were working and they looked like dolls, so doll like figures. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. Now, there was an old building, ugly building, and from that, say, the smoke was coming out from the tall chimneys. Hey, a tea garden, Rajveer cried excitedly. Pranjul, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, didn't share Rajveer's excitement. He was not so excited because he was very much familiar to that. Oh, this is a tea country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantation in the world. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. I have been reading as much as I could about tea, Rajveer said. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. What legends? Well, there is the one story about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves. Tell me another, scoffed Pranjul. We have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic means one who lives a restricted life, like the saints, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditation. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. Tea was first drunk in China, Rajveer added, as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected there, that is that station. It reached into that station. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. Pranjal's parents were waiting for him. Soon they were driving towards Bari, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. It turned from the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered Bari tea estate. On both sides of the gravel road, gravel is the small stones and sand, that is a rough road, where acre upon acre of tea bushes. On both the sides there were tea bushes of acres and acres, all neatly pruned at the same height, and the height of all the tea bushes were the same. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs, wearing plastic apron, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. The newly sprouted leaves of tea were being plucked by those people. Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. He slowed down his car and allowed a tractor to pass. On seeing that, this is the second flush of sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua? Rajveer asked. Rajveer had read something about it, so yeah, that this is the second flush of or sprouting period. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. He is asking Mr. Barua, and Mr. Barua confirms, "You seem to have done your homework before coming," Pranjal's father said in surprise. "Yes, Mr. Barua," Rajmir admitted, "but I hope to learn much more while I am here." That's all about the tea from Assam. Go through the lesson and write down the question answers. Thank you.